Hello, hello, and hello to all of my Aries. This is Queen Amora coming to you with your general reading. Happy new moon in Aries. We're new moon in Aries season. So you'll know that you've landed on the bright side of the moon in Aries if you feel more energetic, more optimistic, open to change, also idealistic. In contrast, you'll know either you or other people around you have landed on the dark side if they're more impulsive, opinionated, domineering, vain, and also impatient. When is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? I'm wondering when is this going to happen, right? You don't want to fall on the dark side of the moon. Anyway, we also have Mercury is currently retrograde. Yay! So Mercury is the messenger planet, is the communication planet. This is a great time to really work on your receiving, learning how to receive messages from the universe. This is a great time. I love when Mercury goes retrograde because we know planets don't move backwards and they don't move at a slower pace. Gives us all an opportunity to kind of slow down and see which messages are coming our way. Here we have the Page of Swords, we have the Seven of Swords, we have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and also the Page of Wands. This could be a very good time for a lot of you all, Aries, believe it or not, because Source has been sending messages to you all to walk away from certain things where you felt like you were taken advantage of, gaslighted, and Source. There's two outstanding things that Source is saying. Get as far away from those things. So this Mercury retrograde should really drive that point home again. Get as far away from it. Cut it off. Decide to create a very firm boundary so that you can move right into this it's like two energies, two outstanding situations is blocking somebody's money. This is financial independence. And come on now, you all can move away from whatever it is you overthinking. This person did so much to me. I just can't move on from this. You're blocking your own financial independence. Let me tell you something. If somebody told me that it was two situations, I'd be like, okay, think. think. Okay, what is it, God? Okay, slow it down. Where it's like, you know how sometimes you go to a movie theater and you're like, sometimes the credits roll up real fast, Aries, but sometimes you get a chance to really sit there like, oh, I didn't know that was that person in the movie. I didn't recognize them with the makeup on. They look very different. You want those credits to roll up so slow that okay, God, that's what it is. That's why you want to go to Source, because somebody's energy is blocking your. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. This is how people see you. They hold you in high regard, that you're very respected, you're well respected. And again, if you don't move on from two things in particular, it's going to start cutting into it'll feel like it's cutting into somebody's time. And it's like, okay, why does it seem like I'm supposed to have this thing coming my way? Why is it not coming as fast as I thought it was going to come across? Remember, nobody has dominion over your universe except you. If you're sitting on your throne and you're saying, I'm waiting for this to happen, I'm waiting for money to come from this, I'm waiting for money to come from that, is it another part of your life where there's some things outstanding? Are you allowing some people to keep talking about it, keep bringing it back up? You're a fire sign. You haven't tossed it into a fire pit yet. So it's just like, I need you to get on your horse and get as far away from that kind of conversation as you possibly can, because it will get you revved up, upset, frustrated talking about it. Page of Wands. So there's some new inspiration coming across your path that's going to get you to stop talking about it. Maybe you realize that somebody has moved on and you don't have to worry about it anymore. Maybe you've come across some new information. Whatever it is, something is going to get somebody to stop overthinking something and physically move on from it. Like physically move on from it. So if you're not sure what it is and you're confused, go to God. Mercury is retrograde. This is how you use Mercury to your advantage. This so often was when Mercury is stationed direct, it just feels like everything is moving fast. You don't get a chance to catch on with what was the message. Mercury is the messenger planet, the communication planet, but it's also aligned with learning and also knowledge. What does God want you to be more knowledgeable about? Slow down so you can get the messages so that you can get this financial independence here. And remember, a lot of times people will kind of try to justify why they're staying connected to whatever it is, trying to stay connected to it. So, for somebody, it's coming down to the wire. 8 of Pentacles. So a lot of messages have been coming through. Here we have the Seven of Cups. This is temptation on every deck of cards. Temptation. The enemy is constantly trying to get you to go back down memory lane, to go to a lower frequency where you can't even relax on a beach. You got somebody's kind of nibbling on their index finger, trying to see which cup do I turn over. Are they here? Are they there? You know, emotions about so and so forth. The source is saying something has already moved on. And we're not calling a person a snake. We're talking about the energy. You had a Kundalini experience. Source wants you to now move on from something. Move on from those feelings about something. Like really move on and end it. Just end it. There's some deep emotions, some deep feelings that somebody just can't, it's like they cannot stop themselves. But you realize you're leaving a lot of money here on the table. When you say you can't just stop yourself, why can't I stop thinking about this? You just put it out there in the universe again. Why can't I stop thinking about it? I'm going to be direct with you all. I'm really starting to think that some of you all are afraid of money. And somebody's like, oh, no, not me. I'm not a because it keeps coming out in your cards. There's a 10 of Pentacles here. This is legacy wealth. What people already see you in high regard. The inner God is sending when you see this much money out on the table. This is God constantly sending you messages, because the first income is God incoming messages, right? About focus on your legacy. What do you want your name to be known for? When you transition, you want that legacy to live on and live on, live on, live on. These two outstanding things that you keep looking back at, you keep giving air to it. And every time you think about it as a fire sign, it gets you frustrated, it gets you angry and upset. When you're already knowledgeable, you're too wise and you're too knowledgeable about it. Watch how quickly you start seeing things speed up for you in terms of your money when you turn away from that. You got the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Swords here. Somebody is very, very knowledgeable. If it's not meant for somebody to be a part of your legacy, then release them. Release them in love. If it's not meant for them to be a part of your legacy, whether you dated them, was married to them, you know, family members, if they're not supposed to be a part of your legacy, guess what? It's okay. We don't have control over other human beings. You don't have to talk negatively about another person. It's just like it just wasn't meant for them to be a part of my legacy. Part of my legacy. A lot of siblings get caught up in that. See, because you misunderstand your parents' legacy may not be yours. Your parents could say, hey, I want all the kids to stick together and I want everybody to get along and so on and so forth. When some siblings can't stand each other. And guess what? I bet your feelings are valid. Whatever your feelings are, they are valid. And so stop dismissing your feelings. Your legacy could be different than your siblings' legacy. Their legacy could be the first college professor in school. College professor in the family or whatever. But your legacy may be to open up a storefront shop. Two different legacies. Same family, but two different legacies, right? So that when they're doing that chart, you know, when you pull the DNA and stuff like that, those ancestry charts and stuff like that, when you break off and you start to see, okay, this is Aries and this is whatever sign, right? Legacy is different. You also see it with kids, right? So, you know, don't be afraid of your legacy. Whatever your legacy is, your parents' legacy may be that all the kids get along. That may be one part of their legacy. Your parents could also say, I want all my kids to be successful. That could also be part of their legacy. But your legacy could be totally different from your siblings' legacy or your kids' legacy, you see? So here we have the Nine of Wands, the Strength card. We have the Ace of Wands, the Queen of Cups. We have the Chariot card. We also have the, So I do see you being victorious over there. I do see you being proud of the legacy that you created. Part of it too is that you can't let somebody compare your kids or your legacy to their legacy. Your legacy is yours, their legacy is theirs. Your kids' legacy is their legacy, your legacy is their legacy. But still, sometimes parents get ashamed and embarrassed because somebody's going, oh my God, what? Your kids are doing what? What are they doing? They're talking about this and that. And somebody's not sitting there defending that, like, yeah, my child is a musician or my child is a such and such and such and such. And it creates shame and embarrassment. It doesn't have to be, right? So you've been through a long and arduous enough journey of highs and lows to know who you want to be a part of your legacy and who you don't want to be a part of your legacy. Somebody maybe needs to stop telling their siblings about what they're planning on doing and probably what their kids are doing. Somebody maybe need to just stop that altogether. Talk to a therapist about it. You know, you're at a higher mind right now, and everybody has an opinion about what this person should be doing and what that person should be doing. But Source is trying to tell you you're at a higher mind right now, and be proud of your legacy. Be proud of your legacy. Sometimes your legacy could mean you're the first person in the family that have purchased a house before, and you got everybody else around you telling you, oh, you think you're better than because you purchased a house. That could be part of your legacy, that you have something physical to leave to your kids, grandkids, and so on and so forth. Everybody around you hasn't, because they haven't done it first. Maybe you were the youngest, maybe you were the middle child. Now everybody's attacking that. So now you feel bad for how hard you've worked to earn your property. You know what I'm saying? So Source is saying, what is your legacy? Here we have the Ace of Wands and also the Queen of Cups. You can still have compassion towards people, but still say, I can't tell you everything, because you'll turn that into something, try to make me feel bad. So here we have the Ace of Wands. You have Ace of Wands. So again, your third eye is wide open. You know exactly who it is. You know exactly what it is. Everybody doesn't need everybody. You're not children. You know, where you feel like, oh, I got to race and I got to tell my siblings this. I got this going on. They're going to be really, really happy. Here's the thing. You also have had enough track record of knowing who will you tell certain things to, what puts a smile on their face and what doesn't put a smile on their face. If you've noticed that anybody seemed a little too happy because you're going through a rough time, then that may not be a person that you want to tell your good news to. Because your ego may be saying, well, tell them you got good things going on in your life. Source is like, if they're that excited over bad news happening, or you lamenting or crying or sad, it is probably best for you to work that out in a therapist's office. Hopefully that makes sense to somebody. Their legacy is not your legacy. Here we have the Tower card, the Nine of Swords, the Star card, the Four of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles. We also have the Four of Cups. All right. So I do see somebody feeling like a huge weight has been lifted off of their shoulders, but also I see new and exuberant love for those of you all who want it. If you don't want it, then yeah, you don't want it, right? We also have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords lets me know that somebody has been up lamenting over something. I'm seeing the Tower card. The Tower card is yours and Scorpio's card. So there could be a Scorpio in the mix where there's an awakening happening. Tower moments are actually really good, because it gives you an opportunity. Tower moment in conjunction with Mercury retrograde actually is really good, because it gives you an opportunity to slow down and think, what am I giving so much of my energy to when it comes to my legacy? Why am I embarrassed or ashamed of my legacy? Why am I ashamed or embarrassed of my kids? Why am I ashamed or embarrassed of myself? Like, what? I don't have a reason to be, or have I allowed other people to make me feel ashamed or embarrassed of my legacy or myself? If I've allowed that to happen, then I need to make the adjustments to go ahead and recognize that some bridges have been burned and I need to leave it that way, right? So there definitely could be some kind of an awakening happening here, but I do see you feeling optimistic, hopeful. I see you feeling blissful, moving forward. Queen of Pentacles came out twice. Again, there could be some energies around you that are jealous of how you are seen in your community and the world at large. Do not think that age equates to wisdom. Somebody could have a younger sibling or somebody in your family who realizes that, wow, no matter what. And again, you were the one that put in the work, Aries. That's what I'm saying, is that you put in the work. That's something you can be proud of, but not in a pride, arrogance, comes before the fall way. This is like, you know what, I earned this. I built these relationships. I'm proud of the relationships that I built. Here we have the Four of Cups. But somebody is like literally standing around in another area of your life, arms folded like this little boy on the card, arms folded, angry, frustrated, and upset, waiting for something to happen. From as far as with these two swords right here. It's like it's two outstanding things. Remember, you're a divine masculine sign, so divine masculine signs are action oriented. You are taking action to move on from something finally, so that you're not standing here ruminating over something. that God told you to move on from a long time ago. Emotionally and physically move on. If you're not a part of my legacy, let me go ahead and toss it into a burning bowl. I'm not going to have any more emotion about it whatsoever, because it's holding up my wealth. It really is holding up my wealth. So you all got this. You got it. Let's pull some oracle cards and let's close it out, Aries. Let's pull some oracle cards and close it out. Let's pull some oracle cards and let's close it out. Somebody wants you to be embarrassed and ashamed of your legacy. Here we are. The hard work is paying off. And if I take it a little deeper, for those of you all who have kids and your siblings may have been complaining about or comparing and such and such and such and such, that could have caused some issues with your kids if you did not pack it up and move on from certain people, feeling like, okay, because that could have left them feeling vulnerable. Like they're constantly complaining, this kid to this kid, this cousin to this cousin. How come this one graduated and I didn't get a chance to graduate? I went to some kind of a technical school. Be proud if your child is making, a decent salary. They're able to do things on their own. Don't let them compare somebody who graduated from college, because that person who graduated from college may not have a job at all. They may be still struggling, trying to move back in with their parents and so on and so forth. But this person over here is bragging, trying to make it seem like a big deal when their pockets are being pulled on by their own child. And they're sitting there complaining to you about your child, Aries, saying, oh, your child didn't do this, your child didn't do this. And, oh, little so-and-so, they graduated from such and such school and they have all of these prospects. Well, guess what? Your child out here working, earning money, turning the key to their new building, turning the key to their new apartment or house, driving their car. They're out here living life, right? And so, again, that can draw a wedge between parents and kids when kids don't feel like their parents are kind of sticking up for them, saying, hey, listen, look what I'm doing. I may have gone to this school versus they went to this school. But again, Source really wants somebody to really look at it from this moving on from the mindset of letting people keep gaslighting you in your own family. That's what Source wants. Somebody's like, stop letting people gaslight you. Be very proud of the legacy that you are building. All that other stuff, letting people compare your kids or what you're doing, whether you have kids or not, what you're doing versus what they're doing and how they've accomplished everything, good for them. But this is your legacy. So that's what Source really wants somebody to be proud of, is your legacy. And if somebody's complaining that much about your legacy, guess what, Aries? They see you as a threat. Somebody needs to wake up. They see you as a threat. No way in the world is somebody talking that negatively about you if they didn't see you as a threat, because they see you sitting on that throne. They see how people respond to you when you walk into a room. They see that you're well connected and well respected. If they talking that negatively about you, they see you as a threat and they gotta go. Here we have 44. I am supported. Your angels are encouraging you to continue on the present life path with diligence and determination, and even greater success will come in the future. That's right. That's right. Will come in the future. Will come in the future. All right. So let's go ahead and close it out. 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 Right now. That's right. Stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than, let me say this, stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than what can be handled each moment. Let's pull another card and let's close it out. Let's pull another card and let's close it out. Love spell 21. Let the honey of your soul swell in the depths of love. Yeah. Some people get so easily ashamed of their parents and so easily ashamed of their kids until you're reading an obituary. Now all of a sudden people are finding out new things. Oh my God, this person was the first this and the person was the first that. It's almost like a self-assessment that you do when you're up for a raise or something at work. That's the time to dote on yourself. That's the time to brag about how much effort you put into things. You don't have to keep, letting people in your family try to make you feel bad because maybe somebody's child, ran astray, or they did this and they did that. They're off trying to find something, So again, like I said before, source is saying to you, to really stop letting people dictate your legacy, because it's already in the cards that you're supposed to be wealthy. But somebody got to stand up. Somebody has to really stand up to their own family and let them know, hey, that's your legacy. This is mine. I'm very proud of how hard I've worked. So if you talking about my legacy that bad, you must see me as a threat. But since you see me as a threat, let me leave you in the dust. Okay? Let me leave you in the dust. Have me sitting around confused and hurt and distraught over some things. So it's just like, not anymore. Massage. Somebody may need to go get a massage. All right, let's see what your next move is, and let's pull an affirmation card and let's close it out. 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 It is the best option. That's your next move. All right, and let's pull an affirmation card and let's close it out. Affirmation card and close it out. All right. Awareness. I am whole. I am present. I am where I need to be. I am focused. I am living in the present moment. I am grateful for this life. I release all mental clutter. Mental blocks are being cleared. So let Mercury help you. Let this Mercury retrograde help you to slow down and be in receiving message. However you need to slow yourself down, go take a walk, go work out, turn on your meditation music, get couple of minutes to yourself a day. I don't care if you're thinking about what's on your grocery list. Just whatever it is that comes across your mind, let source send messages through to you all, because something having to do with somebody's legacy is really draining them, burning them up, when actually you got to see it from the lighter side of things. Okay, that's what I have for you, and I will see you all on Sunday. Bye.